the best way to navigate the new way of dating?
What is the best way to navigate the new way of dating, online dating, and weed out the garbage? Well, who does online dating? Anybody?
I don't, but I wrote a relationship book.
Me too, girl. But it wasn't online. But you know, hey, this young lady, right? She's the one holding the camera. She actually found her husband online. So she would be. She's not on the panel, but
For real?
she did.
Oh my
She put you on the
God.
spot. She did. She found her husband online. So maybe we'll revisit that question at the end. You answer, okay? Okay. We'll do that. So you should have got over here. No. Okay. How to step out on faith, trust, and believe. I think you just have to. I think it's, well, of course it's easier said than done, but me personally, I think that ultimately it's just what you desire. If you believe in yourself, you have faith in yourself, you have faith in God also, you're able to do it. You have to, faith comes with also, and stepping out comes with trial and error, not getting easily discouraged, because it's very easy to get discouraged. Like when I first had events, sometimes nobody came, sometimes it was packed. And it was just like, it's just like riding a roller coaster with it and not getting discouraged. So I've been riding this roller coaster for like 8 years, and each time I step out, I'm still nervous, but I still do it, and I still, persevere, and I learn with everything. Like today, I'm learning I should put another hour on the brunch, but I'm not gonna stop doing it or let it get to me. So you just have to keep stepping. That's the only way that you increase your faith. That's how I feel about it. I don't know how you guys feel, but let's start with you. Go that way.
For me, I'm not exactly where I want to be right now, but just having to start all over again and rebuild my life, you have to look inside yourself and ask yourself questions and ask, are you prepared to take the path that God has laid out for you? And are you receptive to where it's going to take you? And go from there.
You like Cardi.
Every assignment that I've ever had that required me to have faith was everything I've done this far. Going to school. Well, actually, let's start with being a mother. It's so natural for me to be a mother because I started young. So by faith, I raised those children. By faith, I have 2 college graduates. By faith, I wrote books. By faith, I went to school online while raising those kids. And everything that I did, I asked God, was it what He wanted? By faith, He said yes, because He gave me the provision. Anything that you do, you have to believe. He said, faith comes by hearing the word of God. But it's not just that. You can hear the word of God, but if you don't apply the word of God, you have to rightly apply it. And it has an area in your life to fit. But then you have to move with faith. Faith is an action word. So just because somebody said that you could do it doesn't mean that you believe that you can do it. You have to believe that you can do it. And don't be afraid to do it. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. And God is not giving you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a disciplined mind. You have to have a sound, disciplined mind to believe that you can achieve anything that He said He had for you, because His plans are to prosper you. And so prosperity is in your future. If you want it, you gotta want it. Not just because somebody said you could have it, but because you want it. You have to want a better way of life. You have to want a better quality of living. And one of the things I do know about faith is this. I have to forgive myself and then move in faith, knowing that my past don't dictate my future. And that's what my faith did for me. It helped me to move strategically, but pray about it and believe that He heard that prayer. And then He moved because of my faith in that prayer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. It was the faith that moved the prayer of faith. Okay, y'all give me the flow.
We know you're a preacher.
Yeah. I can't help it!
Don't get her preacher. You're like a preacher.
It's all right. I just want to have 45 minutes. Call and response. It's beautiful.
I would say it's simply trusting yourself. Take baby steps. Get some small accomplishments under your belt so you can build your confidence. and then you'll be set up to take those bigger steps.
Just piggybacking on what they're saying, it's like when you are faced with something that you need to do and you feel called to do that thing, you just take the step forward and do it. I don't think putting too much thought into it is a good thing, because you'll talk yourself out of it. So when it comes, and you're like, I can do that, do it.
Right.
Because if you wait, you'll be, oh gosh, like, I don't know, that's gonna sound crazy, that's gonna look crazy. Oh gosh, I can't do that, because of whatever barrier. But just do it. Just step out. And like I said before, if you fail, you fail. But you know when it's your gift.
Yeah.
You just know it deep inside. So you just have to go out and do it.
You are just so wild.
Okay, question about faith and trust. I think that's what it was, right? I mean, I'm not 100% sure where to start on this, but I will say that I've actually had a pretty rough year or two. I have 3 kids and a mortgage and this business, and I'm moving into my 3rd studio, and people have treated me pretty badly. And my experience as a grown-up, right, because I look so young, I'm aware, I look very young, but I'm almost 30, so maybe I'll be a grown-up then, when I can actually say I'm 30. But my experience as an adult is that people will take advantage when you allow them to. And I used to feel that people will take advantage because I let them. And really, that's, I think, my experience in this has been that understanding the way people work and realizing that there's things that I can do to prevent this kind of stuff from happening in the future really allowed me to open back up and trust people. Because there was definitely many times I spent crying and lots of nights that I couldn't sleep and having nightmares about these people that were saying these horrible things about me and trying to sabotage my business, and me going, what the heck did I do? That was my question. What the heck did I do? Maybe I'm just not meant to be around people, which doesn't even make sense to me, because I can be around women like you, and I hear such great things, like you're amazing, you're wonderful, and then I have these other women who say horrible things about me and do everything they can to try to make my life miserable. And I didn't understand it, and it did cause me to lose trust and lose faith. But I realized that losing that is a choice, like she was saying. Having those thoughts, that's a choice. I can choose to say, okay, I've learned from this now, and I realize when someone is saying all these things and then talking about people around you, they'll probably talk about you as well. So, stuff I see on TV, I didn't realize there were real people in this world who were like that. Like, it blew my mind to find out. And if I would let that stop me, I probably still would not be in business, because these women, this one in particular, she put me through hell. And I have every reason to not have faith in people and not have trust anymore. But I'm making the decision to be responsible for my life from now on. And now I know that if I don't want that to happen, you have to learn from the past experiences.
Yeah.
So.
That's right.
I just wanted to add, keep climbing, because you said until you're 30, but you're doing something right. If the women are hating on you or whatever, that means you're doing something right, and God always send the ops to us, because you need the ops to be stronger. Now you'll know what it looked like next time they come.
Oh, it'll
And you'll
look
be
like
prepared for
she's
it
like a
different.
daughter to
Yeah.
me, and she's amazing, and everybody meet her, and I'm like thinking, oh yay, I got a little bit of mommy issues. Raised by grandparents, addicts for parents who never, by the time they got sober, they were not interested in being parents anymore. So
And if it was easy, we would all be doing it. Everybody would be doing it, right? Right, and stuff,
I've had to learn a lot the hard way, and for a long time I was mad at myself, thinking it's something I did, but I realize now that if I choose to believe that those women were put in my life for a reason, and these experiences happened for a reason, then I can be positive about it and move forward stronger than I was before. So
That's right.
yes, now I know. When someone's acting like that, they don't even know you. Back up a little bit.
There you go.
All right, so let's do a new question.
Can I say something to her? No, perfect, cut them out. I was thinking about the analogy of undoing the cords, and one thing is when they were undoing the cords, in order to separate them, if you're just that yellow cord, they had to find out what it was connected to, where it came from and where it was going, in order to, and then you disconnect from those and, relocate. So, yeah, it's definitely time to do that because you are phenomenal. I'm sorry.
Your name again?
Jasmine.
When you finish, I just wanted to.
Okay, see, I need to keep these on because I can't see, but I'm steady trying to be cute. I didn't show your age, my age. Huh?
I wear glasses.
Okay. And then to the age thing, I will be 45. But at 24, I was the youngest head coach of Loyola University women's basketball. So, it's just don't even let the whole age thing. You
It's
do,
the
like you
biggest
said,
factor.
you know what you're
Wisdom
called to
doesn't come
do.
with age.
And,
It sure does.
Yeah, even
Booze.
yesterday, a client's like, who do you work for?
Wow.
How old are you? Excuse me? Let me see your business license. Like, what? Like, and I get that a lot, and I
Show
can.
the receipts, don't worry.
Yeah, show that they're married 8 years and together forever. Yeah.
Excuse me, if God before you, who can be against you? Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord deliver him out of them all. If you weren't a threat, honey, you wouldn't have any kind of adversity. Just remember this, you're a queen, honey, and somebody gotta come up against your kingdom. Just fix your crown, honey. Fix your crown.
It was interesting that you used that as an analogy with the cords, because as a kid, every time I would see cords tangled, I'll look at it and be like, I never want to untangle them. Like it would be my headphones, it could be cords, but I'm like, oh, as soon as I see it, and even as an adult, so I said, you know what, if I just take my time and go through each one of these, but it would always be like a fear, and I think we manifest with it's a reflection of who we are on the inside of the things we're bringing, because I didn't want to work out the issue. And every time it's an issue, I run from it. So it was the same thing with that cord. So I think that's a really good way to, because everything that we do is a spiritual manifestation first. Then it comes out in the physical manifestation. So me, those cords are like who I was inside. I didn't want to deal with fixing things. It was easier to run from it, and
But can you imagine being the vine and we are the branches? Have you ever looked at a wine branch?
It is all twisted.
It's twisted and it's tangled up. But when you get to the root of it, he is the tree, and we are the branches. We are the extension of that. And oftentimes you got to go as deep as you can. You know what I mean? And you got to get to the root of the thing, like you said. But when you come out, though, you can't get a pear from an apple tree.
Right.
So you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears. So if we remain in him and he remain in us, we will bear much fruit. So sometimes you will be all tied up, tangled up, like they say, wrapped up in sin. But God said, if I be for you, who can be against you? If you didn't have any tests and trials, you wouldn't know how good he was. Because see, you could do it by yourself. But we can do all things through him who strengthens us. We all had strength to pull through something. And even if my wording and if the way I manifest or the way I explain him in my life is different from the way you explain, because I choose this day, it's a choice, whom I'm going to serve. I choose this day who I'm going to give glory to. It's always a choice in the matter. And if I don't word it the way that you do, but we still talking about the same high God. There's only one God. I've always found myself in the middle of explaining on religion, denomination, and doctrine. We all love, we all worship the same God. And just because we come from a lineage of Abraham and Ishmael does not make us any different. The war that goes on with religion began before we even were thought about. With our parents is what I'm saying. But God thought about us, and he knew that would be going on. But we have to give him the glory. We have to worship him in spirit and in truth and love him. And he has a plan for everybody's life. And however you get there, somebody flies, somebody takes a train, somebody takes a bus, somebody drove a car, somebody caught an Uber, somebody caught a bus. However you get to your destination, just get there. But know who's driving. I'm sorry.
That's your question, right?
Praise God.
I can't
help it.
Now we gotta talk about the question.
I can't help it. Okay, how to let go of fear.
That's mine.
Okay.
That's mine.
I feel like the only way to let go is to just do it. I mean, like you said, like not putting much thought into it. I working with women, it's a blessing because I honestly have been blessed with 3-4 groups of